Holy Saturday. In some places called Glorious Saturday, as we await the Feast of the Resurrection.
The next service in these 3 holy days, this triduum of Christ's life, death, and resurrection, is Holy Saturday. And Holy Saturday, I think, it often gets short shrift on the calendar because at this point the clergy are tired, and you know, it's early Saturday morning, and most churches have an Easter Vigil service in the evening. So it's, you know, it seems okay to sort of skip over this one. But there's a real power and depth to this tiny little service, right? It's short. It's only about 15, 20 minutes tops. It has the readings that we would normally do, but the main focus is Christ dying, right? Being laid into a tomb. But Holy Saturday's whole point, right? The whole impetus and direction that it's pointed in is this idea that God knows what it means to die.
Last year was my first time specifically observing Holy Saturday, and I found it a really special way to parlay the sense of loss, sense of bareness from Maundy Thursday and Good Friday on into the day where you can imagine we must have been most in doubt, most confused, most disoriented after Jesus' death.
But what happens between Good Friday and the Easter Vigil is also important. We have Holy Saturday. Here we observe Holy Saturday with a little service, but we want to observe that day of kind of bereftness, when everyone is wondering what's happened now. Where is Jesus? What's happening? The tomb is closed. And Holy Saturday is the one day that you're absolutely forbidden to celebrate the Eucharist. And there's a real sense of sadness, of emptiness, of absence. And I think Holy Saturday is important for us to observe because a lot of people spend much of their spiritual life or different seasons of their spiritual life in that place, in a place of wondering where God is or what God is about to do. And so I think it's important to be in that place before we move on to Easter, to the Easter Vigil.
This is a day of preparation for Easter, and in a lot of places it's a very quiet day where the time is spent in getting the church ready, in adorning the church for the celebration of Easter. It's really an opportunity of expectation. We're really hopeful, and so folks are getting excited, and so it's really kind of hard for us to remain quiet as we remember and contemplate the death of Jesus. So it's an opportunity again for us to be prepared, to be mindful of the fact that we have just gone through Holy Week. We've just done the Last Supper, the Easter Triduum, which began on Maundy Thursday, now then Good Friday, and now getting ready for Easter. So it's kind of like an already and a not yet moment on Holy Saturday, kind of a time of a void, but yet still an opportunity for us to contemplate the acts that have gone on throughout the past week, but also getting ready for the glorious and joyful celebration of Easter. I think it's a good time for us to pause and to ponder all that we are about as Christians in terms of the celebration of the death and resurrection of Jesus.
Continuing to reflect on the feelings and sort of the atmosphere of the morning after Jesus' death. And it was a really great way for me to connect everything from Holy Week together so that it was one sort of clear progression of devotion and observance rather than sort of a piecemeal service here and there.
Right? And it's this powerful image that Christ literally dies, right? Dies and is laid in a tomb, and for all intents and purposes is no more. If you've been to a funeral, if you've been to a memorial service, the image, that reality of and finality of the casket being lowered into the ground or the cremains put into like a columbarium or poured out, there's an ending there, right? And that is what Holy Saturday is, right? It is the end to this story. Well, it's the purported end to this story because, as we know, it's really just the beginning.